Alright, hi guys. So in this video I'm gonna go over like some tips of how you can win solo bed wars. I've been playing quite a lot of solo bed wars, and in general I win more often than I lose, and I've managed to figure out some things that can, like, I don't know, make the experience a little easier, because when it comes to solo bed wars, it's a super sweaty game mode and a lot of players are really good. And at the end of the day, sometimes you want to play a game of bed wars and you're lazy to go into lobby 1 and find a team, or like you don't have any teammates online, so you know, sometimes solo bed wars is just the way to go, you know. I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna do that. Alright, so damn. Alright, so first thing, no matter what map you're playing, no matter what style you're playing and stuff like that, in solo bed wars, the most important first thing that you have to do is take out your first rush. So for me, it was a grey team. If you look on the sidebar here, right, everything comes in pairs. So red and blue is a pair, green and yellow is a pair, aqua and white, and then pink and grey. And the map goes clockwise around the whole entire map. So like if red and blue are here, if you go clockwise, over there is green and yellow and stuff like that. No matter what happens, at the end of the day, it is really just you versus everyone else. You need to find info, and that's like the most important thing in any solo bed wars game. Information of what's going on in the game. As long as you keep track of what's happening where in the game and like why it's happening, you can win. So for example, one of my favorite ways, and one of the ways that everyone should be using, is by looking at the chat. So right here, if I go over here, right, I can see that white team was killed by aqua. And then if I look on the right side here, I see that aqua still doesn't have a bed. So that means that aqua is a pretty good target for me. Also, when you look at it, right, I said the teams come in pairs, right, like green and yellow and stuff like that. These guys are still fighting. They're still in their first rush right now. So the only person that can rush me is aqua. So right now my only target should in fact be aqua, because if I go for anyone else, I'll just be causing more problems for myself. You don't want to interfere with other people's fights, especially if they're first rushes, like green and yellow right now, because they have to end up fighting themselves before they have any freedom of doing anything else. Also, another thing that will help you quite often, right, is that bed wars isn't the most mechanically skill demanding game. You can get away with a lot of things in bed wars just through strategy and like planning of what you're about to do. Like when you think of something like Skywars, for example, is how you use your random items that you've gotten. And sometimes in Skywars, if you're just unlucky, you can't get any items that you can use, and that round is over unless you really like run around and like get items and get stacked. For bed wars, it's a bit different. You can, even if I have no armor like this, if I just outplay the other person by like using stuff like fireballs, knockback sticks, maybe like water or whatever random strategy comes up in the future, I can win. So that's another way that you have to play this. Like, don't care if like people call you like cancer or whatever for using stuff like knockback sticks. Like at the end, it's in the game, use it as necessary. Also, if you didn't realize, right, I saw that yellow's bed was destroyed, which means that green is obviously somewhere near yellow's base, and I didn't see that green void. The server's going kinda crazy right now. What the heck is it? What's that? Okay. But yeah, I didn't see that green voided after breaking yellow's bed, so there was a very high chance that he was still at yellow, and true enough, yellow and him were still fighting, and I could get his bed for free. Now, I don't have armor and this guy has armor, but like, yeah. If you get a good combo, it really doesn't matter. Alright, so here we are in game number 2 now. And I'm on the map Pernicious right now. This is actually a really fan favorite map. A lot of players really like this map, including myself. But I'm going to actually explain why map selection in solo bed wars is really important. Because in this map, for example, it's a great map, but do you see this? I could get attacked from either grey or white, and if as I'm seeing here, grey wants to rush me. So you see, if white decides to rush me right now, I'm kind of screwed, you know. People change how they rush on this map like every single day. And it's really annoying. If you're in a 2v1 situation in solo build, like look at this guy, right? This poor grey guy. He rushed over here because he thought like this would be the normal way to rush. But now red team's going for him. Whoa, this guy's kinda good though. Yeah, there you go. If you have MVP plus or plus plus and you have the ability to choose what maps that you play and what maps that you don't play, of course use that to your advantage. If not, it's perfectly fine to Q dodge. Like most pros do it. A lot of players use stuff like overlays and stuff. Like I don't think there's anything bad behind using it, since I mean they're there anyway, so just use it. If you guys do want an overlay that's easy to get that you can play on like Mac or Windows, then I have a video on my channel about it and you guys can just go and check that out. I am dead here. Whoa, this guy's kind of crazy actually. What? Going back to the topic of information again, right? Another thing that you guys can use quite often in Bedwars to like gain information and like know what's going on is respawn time. So like, let's say that this guy kills me right here, right? I'm at the top of the map. I can look around. I can see like what's happening. Like right here, I can see that Aqua's trying to go for white. God, this guy's really good. Oh wow, this guy's really good. He 100% has a fireball. Yeah, thought so. Can he land that? Yeah, he can. Okay, damn it. Alright, guess it's turning out into a clutch video at the same time. That's another thing, by the way. Yeah, let's bring this back into what's that? Learning about solo Bedwars, right? When you know your bid is gone, don't go back for it. Like at the end of the day, your bed's gone. Like fighting there with a wooden sword after voiding is not gonna win you the game. Just leave when you have items and work from there. So in my case right here, I'm trying to get emeralds. Emeralds are without a doubt the best way to win if you have to clutch, because I mean ender pearls, invis potions, like what more needs to be said. So if you're looking at the chat, which was that usually you should be if you're trying to clutch and stuff like that, you can realize that a lot of bids are gone. There's only blue and aqua left, and that means that probably red here is probably gonna go for white and then move to aqua to get bids, since he's trying to clutch as well. So in my case here, what I would do, a lot of players might go for the aggressive approach. I'm not really one that will go for aggression straight away. I kind of like to get stacked because as I've seen, this guy is actually kind of crazy good. Why the hell are you here? Alright, this ain't good. Whoa. That ain't good. That guy voided solely because he heard the ender pearl. This might actually be my chance though. If you have a jump potion, let people like pass you before you actually do the thing, because like that he could see my jump particles and now he knows that his bed is gone. If I play it properly, of course. Alright, so now I know that he's here. Here's another thing, every time I hit him right, I'm switching back to my hand so that he can't see where I am. If you're holding your sword, like obviously they can still see your sword in your hand. Honestly, at this point, Aqua could be anywhere because if he's in mid, there's connections to everything. So, in this situation, the best choice of action is get 2 emeralds, go to your compass, and buy this. So now, I know that he's at green base, you see? So this guy's here, he's fireballing me. I'm gonna fireball him instead. We're gonna throw another fireball, and now it is just a matter of combos. Did I win? Yeah, yeah. You see, so even if you don't have a bed in solo Bedwars, you can still win even if you get prepared. So like there, I bought an extra jump potion, I bought fireballs, ender pearl saved my life there and stuff like that. You just have to be prepared and know what's going on. A lot of players, especially newer players who play solo Bedwars, a lot of them think that you need a crazy high like skill level to play solo Bedwars, and like this is where all the 4s or 3 sweats come to when they don't have a team. And that is true. That is a pretty true statement to say that. Right here, I'm gonna go over what I mean by you don't really need the best PvP skills ever. So, I have a wooden sword here, and Bedwars PvP is almost always not really damage based. It is sometimes like when you're trying to crit out someone in their base or something like that. But in general, right, especially bridge fights and stuff like that, like right here, a lot of it is I just need to hit this guy in a certain way and not kill myself like what I just did. But basically, I just have to hit him in a certain way to like knock him off, you see. And that is the style of PvP in Bedwars. So for me, an item that I often get, because due to my ping, right, I'm not sure if you guys ever experienced this as well, but sometimes when you play like Bedwars and stuff like that, some days you have like really good ping, and then other days, right, it's still the same like ping number, but for some reason like one person like taps you once and you go flying, or like you do 0 knockback to the people to anyone else. So in that situation right now, I am in the situation where I don't do so much knockback. So my solution is actually to use a knockback stick. Now here your best choice of action would be to void, but because I'm pretty fast on jumping on this thing, I could use that there. And I really didn't have to think much. I didn't have to click fast to do any real like high level Minecraft PvP to win that. I just had to tap him like 2 times with my knockback stick. Normally the things come in pairings, right? But in this map, everyone side rushes. I mean diagonal rushes instead of side rushes. So white would go for pink, for example. These guys have no reason to deal with each other, which means pink's gonna Aqua's gonna come for me soon. But that means white is also pretty free. Like you see here, I didn't have to do much. He didn't even die there, so I can actually just go for his bed. You see, like sometimes not killing the enemy is actually the play. And if you're not too good at PvP, maybe pre-gapping is good. He's gonna come for me. I hit him like 2 times with a knockback stick, and he's dead. You see? And he called me no. Yeah, I mean, fair. I did just use a knockback stick to kill him. Yeah. If you can build like, really? Now, in situations like this, having some mechanical skill is really useful though, because like for example, I can do this, and then because I know that I'm fast enough to block in, I can get his build just like that, and then I can just fight him like this with the knockback stick, you see. And he ran, which is actually the better option, but I'll just do this, and you see I'm just using blocks to sort of like that went through me. Now he's coming for me, I'll block him off a bit, get some free hits on him, and then now he's on 2 HP and I can tap him once. You see what I mean? Just spam, not really spam blocks, but like use blocks in such a way where it stops them from getting hits and gives you free hits. So you just chip down their damage, and then at the end you just win, you know? But yeah, that's about all the tips that I've learned like personally from playing solo Bedwars. The number 1 tip again is info. As long as you know what's happening all across the whole entire game, you'll be okay. If you're bad at PvP, use stuff like knockback sticks, use stuff like bows, use stuff like fireballs, like it doesn't matter. Maybe making a routine for that map is actually really it's a good idea, my bad. So for example, if like we're playing on Lighthouse, like this map is called Lighthouse, right? Like you would always rush like a circle from the left side or something like that. Like once you have that routine and that like rhythm of how you like to grind that particular map, just stick with it, because Bedwars is a grindy game. No matter how many different games, how much skills you learn and all, at the end of the day you're just going to be doing the same thing for like what, 4 or 5 hours. Like at the end it's a boring cycle, but seeing the rewards such as your stats going up or like getting better at the game and stuff like that, it feels worth it in the end. Yeah, but that's all the tips that I really have for you guys right now. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if this helped you in any form, and maybe leave a like. It helps me out a lot. And if you guys do not like my content at one point, just feel free to unsubscribe and stuff like that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
there she was.